I just saw Madam Web, and obviously going into this movie, I'd heard all of the horrible reviews, people saying this is one of the worst comic book movies ever. I will say this, after seeing this movie, I didn't hate it as much as those people saying that. Like throughout the whole movie, I was like, "Oh, this is not as bad as I was maybe fearing the film would be." I think I got more enjoyment out of it than most people clearly, and I do think there's some redeeming qualities to the movie. Like I don't think it was a complete waste of time, and I definitely got more enjoyment out of it than some people. At the same time, guys, there is a lot of things that are wrong with this movie. Number one, the dialogue in this film is just some of the cheesiest, most like, I can't believe this was made in a movie dialogue that you've ever heard. Like, characters are giving out lines that sound like they were written by AI. Maybe they were. I don't know. You can't tell anymore. But genuinely, lines of dialogue that just sound like they were written by not people who work in Hollywood. The villain in this movie is one of the most, like, his character sounded robotic. His character sounded like he was written by a robot. Every line that came out of his mouth throughout this entire film was jarring to me, just how cliche everything that he said in this movie was. Like, it sounded like they recycled the cheesiest lines they could find for every movie villain ever, and that's what came out of this guy's mouth in this film. When it comes to the rest of the cast, I don't think they're horrible throughout, but like, the actors, at times you can feel them, they're not buying into what they're saying. Like, you can feel them trying to deliver these lines, but the dialogue is just so missing for them that they can't even give like a full performance. And when I saw the trailers for this movie, my first thought was, this kind of feels like a fan-made film. Like, at first when Sony dropped the trailer, I actually thought it was a fan trailer and not the real one. And after watching this movie, very much I have the same feeling. Like, the costumes, the way the film is shot, it doesn't feel like a regular Hollywood production. Like, it feels like it's somewhat like of a fan-made film. It's just lacking in terms of that like professional look to it. And when I say it's different, I don't mean that in a good way. Is there no redeeming qualities to this movie? Like I said, I do think there are some enjoyable things in here. Like, I do think there are some funny moments and nice interactions between our main core four girls. I think Madam Web's powers and the ability to see the future, I do think that makes for some fun scenarios. So, not a complete waste of time, but yeah, guys, it's not a good movie. Sony Spiderman Universe, this is another loss for them.